A line of police officers holding back a group of about 100 anti-Israel protesters at Georgia State University yesterday afternoon. And as police respond to protests across the country, there is criticism from some quarters over the amount of force being used to clear out on-campus protest encampments, while in some cities, the police are refusing to take any action just yet.
They asked us to come back and engage in the operation again, and that's when I shut it down and said, I'm not doing that again. We absolutely aren't going to just, go in and sweep out this peaceful protest just because they're occupying a space on your campus that you'd like to use for something else right now.
Let's bring in Ted Williams, Fox News contributor and defense attorney who previously worked as a homicide detective for the D.C. Metro Police. Ted, great to see you, and you and I have spent many hours this week together discussing law enforcement responses. And I want to look at one of those first of all, because it was a study in differences. Tuesday night at UCLA, one of the big incidents of this week across the entire country. We saw the riots taking place. That's actually the clearing out of the campus, I think. But this is so on Tuesday night, we saw anti-Israel protesters clashing with pro-Palestinian protesters. That's some of the violence there. And there wasn't a law enforcement person in sight for hours that night, Ted. And then the next night, Wednesday night, they did come into the early hours of Thursday morning, and the police completely dismantled that encampment led by the California Highway Patrol. What did you make of the way this bizarre situation played out over 2 nights in L.A., Ted?
Hi, Jonathan. I got to tell you, we are involved in what I would define as an internal war in this country. There's always been a strained relationship between students and law enforcement. And when we looked at UCLA the other night there, when you and I were on pleading, begging for law enforcement to come into that area. And Jonathan, as you know, it was over 3 hours before law enforcement officers got involved in that area. Jonathan, there is something going on in this country that's bigger than what we are watching here on television with the students on these various campuses. I have to believe that we have, from international positions in this country, we've got sleeper cells here that are encouraging the violence that we are seeing in these demonstrations.
Ted, there's a lot of talk as well about, the various law enforcement agencies have to wait to be invited in. That might be true on a private university campus such as Columbia, where the NYPD were eventually invited in and did a pretty much textbook operation. On a public university campus like UCLA, I mean, if there is outright violence taking place, surely the police department has a duty, a sworn duty as law enforcement officers, just to get in there and stop people getting hurt.
Jonathan, you're absolutely right. When you're looking at public universities and you're looking where laws are being violated, law enforcement officers do not have to wait. They can go in immediately. I was wondering, I listened to the chief of police there in Denver saying that unless there's some violence, that he's not going in. Yes, we believe in peaceful demonstration in this country. You have a First Amendment right to peacefully demonstrate. But when those demonstrations get out of hand, like at UCLA there, the law enforcement should have gone in, and it should have gone in right away. That was a national embarrassment as far as I'm concerned.
So what is the line, Ted? When do they cross the line and your First Amendment rights disappear? Is it simply shouting at Jewish students, for instance? Is it harassing them and following them? Is it preventing them from walking across campus freely? Or is it actually when they physically attack them? Where is that line? And is it easy to draw that line, Ted?
Well, first of all, the line itself is not easy to draw. What you have to look at is if students are peacefully demonstrating, there's no violence, And for whatever they're saying, they have a First Amendment right to speak out. But it's when they cross that line, like at Columbia the other night, when they went in and they went into Hamilton, or that Hamilton building there, and they started destroying and started holding individuals hostage for some period of time. That is when it crossed the line. It crosses the line when there's actual violence. Intimidation of students should not happen on these campuses also. But again, Jonathan, there's some outside forces. There's a need for a complete investigation of what is taking place on these college campuses all over this country right now.
Ted, your analysis over this week with us as all of these events unfolded has been invaluable to our viewers and is once so again today. Ted Williams, thank you so much for being with us.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.